Back in our guest for this hour, National Trial Attorney Michael Jaafar, to discuss. Michael, 19 hours and 7 minutes it took them to come to this verdict, whatever it is. There were a lot of charges, so it was a difficult case to work through, but it seems they worked through it and did what they had to do. Took breaks, smoked breaks, walking breaks, but ultimately came up after 19 hours.
This was a very difficult case for these jurors. Very, very difficult case. And you know what? It's kind of a tragedy because at the end of the day, look, these two people are immigrants from the Middle East. I'm allowed to say this because I'm also an immigrant from the Middle East. So are my parents, so are my siblings, so are all my extended family and aunts and uncles. So I think the jury sat back and looked at this case, and it became pretty apparent that this man did not properly acclimate to what it meant to be an American citizen, right? We've all gotten the counseling when we immigrate to the United States. It's the land of freedom. You have to be prepared for what freedom gives you. It gives you not only freedom to worship the way you want and do what you want, but all of that also extends to your family. I think the jury saw that video and they saw a father attack his daughter for no reason other than the fact that she had a boyfriend. I know that his defense was there were other reasons she ran away. At the end of the day, I think the jury found that he did that he grossly overreacted, and that it became criminal. And it was only a question for them as to whether or not the criminality of his conduct rose to the level of basically throwing him in a cage for 20, 30. I didn't even know that you had up to life in prison with that second charge. That I did not know until you read it. So I think that's what happened. At the end of the day, it's tragic, it's sad. I think what happened with his with the defendant was they were hoping that the extended family would get to the daughter and tell her, come into the case, intercede on behalf of your parents. You don't want your parents to be in jail for the rest of your life. You have siblings. I think they were banking on that. In that culture, you bank on something like that, and I don't think that delivered for them. I think it's sad. I don't know if they're going to be convicted or not, but the jury really did their homework, and they were put in a very tough position. At the end of the day, that's my take on this. I have direct insight into the culture, so I know that this was a gross overreaction. People in their community would frown on what he did.